Hello everybody, what is going on? My name is Tom and today we are playing ARMA on Xbox Series X. This game has been a PC exclusive for the longest time and I've been absolutely excited to get on this and start playing it here on the console. I've never thought in a million years that ARMA would come to consoles. A lot of PC specialists were telling us that that's not going to happen. But clearly the Xbox Series X is powerful enough to run this game because the game preview just hit up the store yesterday. So for $24.99 you can purchase this game in early alpha and play it and test it and stuff like that. So that's what I'll be doing in today's video. Now, I've never touched an ARMA game. I've watched countless hours of ARMA mods. Obviously, that's where Davies came from. This is the same studio behind Davies. And I do enjoy playing Davies on the console. And it has been a few years of some pretty ups and pretty down situations. Have been infrequency of stuff happening on the Davies spectrum for the console. But fortunately for us gamers, I think it's called Bohemia Interactive, the company behind the Daisy game, have been able to port over a console version of ARMA. And it has been a bit difficult. I've only really played it for about an hour over on my Twitch, so I would recommend watching the full hour if you want to, if you're a big fan of that. But yeah, it was really hard for me to kind of grasp. There's a lot of buttons, there's a lot of different commands, there's a lot of different things. Most games I like to just pick up and go straight away, but this one definitely requires the tutorial. It took me at least, I think, half an hour to get through the whole tutorial. So I would recommend doing that. I wouldn't just dive straight into a game. Multiplayer for me at the moment was a bit weird. I wasn't being able to find any big multiplayer matches or the workshop, which allows you to use mods on the console as well as the PC. I wasn't able to get those features working as of yet, but I was able to complete the tutorial and kind of get grips with what the game's going to be like to play on console compared to PC. Playing it on the PC obviously would be easier because of all the buttons and all the keys on the keyboard. You can map things to different buttons and things like that, but on the console you're quite limited with just a controller. So I did have a bit of a hard time wrapping my brain around how the whole thing worked, but I did enjoy myself. It was not as bad as DayZ was when it first came out. Graphically, it's beautiful. I really do like the graphics. I think this is going to be a really cool game to get into and invest some time into learning. It's just one of those games that is going to have a skill tree sort of progression system where you've got to learn how to do the game as you play it. And some games it's very easy. Most first-person shooters, battle royales, you get the gist. Once you've played one, you've played them all. Maybe there's a little feature to learn here and there, but on average you have got an understanding of how this whole thing works out. Whereas for me, I was going into this completely blind, and I even did this assault course thing wrong. I was just going about it on my own free time and not following the checkpoints. But I was having some fun learning how the game works, and the tutorial is great, and I would highly recommend you use it because it will help you get to grips with the game a lot quicker. I will say, however, there is a lot of stuff it doesn't teach you. Like, I got shot up in one of the multiplayer simulations and I was not able to bandage myself correctly. I wasn't able to deselect my weapon. I wasn't able to figure out what commands went to what button. So the tutorial is very good and lengthy. It does teach you a lot about the compass and the map, which are a big detail of it, the radio for talking to your teammates and understanding how communication works in the game. But there is a lot that it still is a learning curve and you have to go out and do some external research. So I wish the tutorial was a little bit more personal when it came to learning just the basics of stuff. But yeah, there's gaps. There's gaps that you have to pick up on as a player yourself. And playing Daisy on the console might help you with the buttons a little bit, but it's definitely a lot more complicated and more complex than just Daisy controls. It's a really fun game, and I really think it's got good potential. It is an early alpha at the moment. It's not a full open game yet, but it's part of their roadmap to get into ARMA 4, and I think ARMA 4 will be taking place on console as well as PC, because this game is just a testament that a game that was once held only as a PC exclusive, now being able to be played on an Xbox Series X console, does show that consoles are coming a long way when it comes to their technology and how their functions are working with the games coming out in the future. So yeah, it's a great time, it's a great bit of fun, and definitely a tutorial is needed for this, so do the tutorial, don't hinder yourself by not doing the tutorial. And I think, yeah, once you have a bit of practice, it's definitely one of those games you need some friends to play, because the multiplayer, like I say, at the moment on console is a bit hit and miss. But the tutorial was fun, and I did enjoy doing that. And I am still figuring out the online portion of the game as I'm playing it every now and then. And yeah, it's quite fun. I easily spent a few hours of my morning playing this game, and I had a good fun following the little tutorial guide, going bit to bit to bit. And it even takes you to a moment where you do get no help from the tutorial, and it's still during the tutorial events. It doesn't give you any hints or clues. It tells you a command, and you've just got to follow that command. So it's kind of odd to get your head wrapped around it a little bit, but once you get there, it's pretty fun. Like I say, not many games do have a good learning curve to them anymore. Most of them are quite easy and straightforward, and that's got its pros, and it's also got its cons, because it shows that there's not a lot of skill leveling going on when it comes to the game. But like, even just collecting the magazine for me was difficult at first. I had to really figure out what the hell I was doing. So yeah, it's one of those games. It's hard, it's intense, and it's difficult at times, but if you keep with it and you stay persistent, you're going to have some fun. And it's one of those games you'll feel good for a few hours in, because you have learned a lot of skills to do with it. But I'm looking forward to it. This is a testament that we're getting to see console games and PC games going hand in hand soon. So hopefully more PC ports come over to Xbox, because that's what I'm looking forward to. Playing games that I've been locked away from for a while because of not having a PC. And we are still trying to get a gaming PC for the channel. We just hit 5,000 subscribers, and we are trying to find someone who's got a bit of info about gaming PCs to help us get a console, sort of console killer PC. So a PC that's going to take the channel to a whole other level. It's going to open the door for us to play loads of different games like VR and mods and Minecraft and GTA with mods and all PC exclusive games. So if you are someone out there who does have a bit of intellect in a gaming PC setup, and you have some know-how with how the PC works, then please hit me up in the DMs or email me or shoot me a message in the comments or whatever you want to do. And yeah, let me know, because I'm trying to get a channel PC sometime really soon. So if anyone can help me with that, it'd be greatly appreciated. But like I say, ARMA being on the console is something that I never thought I would get to see. And the fact that it is, it's really cool. And no doubt, before any PC people come in here and get all angsty, no doubt is it better on console than PC. I mean, I'm sorry, but yeah, console, as much as I'm a console fanboy, the PC version of this game is much better, obviously. You're going to have a lot of easier time with it, because there's far more buttons, mapping is going to be easier, and you don't have to hold your controller like a weird T-Rex with like these weird bendy fingers. So I would definitely say, if you have a PC, play it on the PC. But if you don't, and you are trying to, like me, you're trying to start getting into PC games early, and you don't have a PC yet, your Xbox Series X, and I think possibly the S, might be able to run ARMA now that it's out on the store. So go and pick it up. It was kind of a dead drop. No one was talking about it. It was quite quiet, and out of nowhere, small sort of niggles of things on the internet were opening, and these content creators were coming out and talking about how ARMA is officially getting a release now on console as well as PC. And it is not ARMA 4 yet. ARMA 4 is something much bigger that's happening later down the line, but this is a sort of milestone on their roadmap, as they say. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see ARMA 4 when it releases. I'm fingers crossed that it comes to console, or even better, I hopefully should have a PC by then. But it's great to see games that not just get landlocked to one device. It's nice that they get to be played across multiple different platforms, and it's nice that every gamer gets to experience something regardless of his or her budget. It's nice that we as gamers get to now see these games coming across platforms and breaking barriers with the tech. Like, the fact that a console can run a PC game now is mad. And like, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox are two things that I am lucky enough to own. And I've had fun with both of them. I see both of their pros, both of their cons. But a gaming PC is the holy trinity that we really do need here on the channel to help us get some bigger and better content rolled out. It just helps with editing, it helps with games, helps with the freedom to access those games. So yeah, I definitely would recommend, if you're a console player who's been waiting for a game like ARMA for a while, definitely pick it up and give it a go. If any of you do want to play ARMA and you want to play the multiplayer, add me on Xbox. My name is my YouTube name. It's just Tom Origins and then YT at the end. If you add me, then we can play this together. And if maybe you're a bit of an ARMA veteran and you've got it on console, but you've played it originally on PC and you want to educate some of us, give us a bit of a tutorial on it yourselves, you want to educate us how we can get better and how we can learn this amazing game, because it is a military simulation game at the end of the day. It's a mil sim. People are going to have a hard time adapting to that if they've just played the likes of Call of Duty and Battlefield. This is a very high level technique of a game. It's got a very high skill level to it. It's got a very high amount of features that a normal console FPS player would never experience before. So I would love it if someone out there is skilled enough and intelligent enough to educate us on this game. It would mean a lot to me if you guys would hit me up and join me in one day and help me out, learn how it all works and things like that. But yeah, I have been your boy Tomorrowjeans. I hope you have liked this video. Please, if you've made it this far, ding dong the notification bell, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, do all that good stuff because it helps us grow. And we'll see you in the very next video. Peace out for now and goodbye.
Switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia. Darling, I'm just so fed up with what does perfect even